What up, what up, what up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, what up? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Well, I am just here for a second. Here for a second. Hey, Missy. Just here for a second. For a second, because I just kind of want to show this, and then I got to get out the door. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I'm only going to be a second here, you guys. So I just kind of want to show this and show the difference out here because all of the focus went on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly with allegedly of producing or showing people acts of sexuality and what they like to call pornography on stage. Well, I don't know, you guys, but we're going to check it out. Let's see. Let's check it out. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'll give it a minute so that everybody can catch the video, you guys. And while I wait for that, I am going to also, hi, Trav. Hi, Dip, Galatians, J, Mob, good morning. Missy, good morning. Kim, good morning. Got a little chilly today, you guys, and I slept in front of this damn fan and had the air on, so kind of feeling a little nausea up in the head, but I still must go on no matter what. So how you doing, Trav? How you doing? How you doing, J Mob? What's been going on, everybody? Everybody's good? So, but let me get this up because of the Don Russell. And I'm only just going to tap into it just a little bit so that everybody can clearly understand right now why I just lean in the favor of Don Russell right now. Why others are out there saying that, he's going to take a plea bargain, plea deal or whatever the case may be against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. But me, I kind of I don't know, I see it a little bit different. I think that they may be offering him a plea on himself once he gets on his way with finishing up his indictment, or whether if he's going to trial or not, and plea and say, well, a plea can mean that, okay, hey, I did some things that I probably shouldn't have done, but this has absolutely nothing to do with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and per se with Mr. Kelly giving him instructions or coming up with this alleged plan that he had taken upon himself to do. But before we get into that, I do want to drop and show people some of the write-up that was in Don Russell's indictment. So give me a second, see if I can get this back up. I'm not going to read the whole indictment. Not going to read the whole indictment, you guys. So, yeah. Hi, Harlem. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You know, J-Mod, I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to have to roll with it this way. I'm not going to be involved in any of the rallies or anything. People choose to go out there, support the other guys that are going out. You guys go. You know, I'm a different breed, J-Mod. I don't support behind anybody that deals with any type of violence. I don't deal with anybody that, you know, says one thing and does another thing. You know, people have their choices, their options to do whatever regarding their personal lives and how they do it. One Papoose moves a little bit different, and you know, I rock with just more of a humble people. You feel what I'm saying? What I see out here is, like I said from the beginning, you know, there's just a lot of cliques and a lot of groups and things like that. And that's just not Pap. Pap is a free thinker. She rolls by herself. She's free to say what she want to say and move how she wants to move. But at the same token, I'm very cautious. I'm very, you know, humble in my life to where you just don't step inside of a circle that just does not fit your circle. And what I see going on is just doesn't fit my style. And that's just me. It's not me being better than anyone or, you know, none of that. And I get it. There's no threats and stuff like that placed upon me, but it's about the choices of words, J-Ma. I was sitting at work the other day and I was kind of watching a few things go on, and you know, and I'm saying to myself, wow, you know, and I was just kind of looking at all of the subs and you know all of the people that sits in the chat rooms, right? And then you know I kind of thought about church. You with me, J-Ma? Kind of thought about church, you know. And I realized, you know, with going to church with my mom, how empty the church has started to be. And there was like literally nobody wanted to be in church to hear what we are known as the man of God standing before you. And that's your pastor, right? But nobody wanted to hear what he had to say. But I sit out here and I watch like literally everybody. And if we're not okay with sitting in the church listening to a pastor attempt to teach you the righteousness and you know the ways of the Bible and the way of who God is, you know what I'm saying? But we can sit out here and we got all the trust and everything in a man. We listen to, and I'm talking about man as far as one man and a man. I'm talking about both sexes, right? But we don't have a problem sitting out here, you know, with it being okay with you know what man says. So it that baffles me. And right now, just being the person that I am, I know that we are still confused, and I don't like confusion. I don't like the the dictation of a person that says some things and your words was right. I can't do that, especially J-Mod, with what my eyes see and what my ears hear. And you know, so as an individual, I have to make a decision for myself. I wish everybody well with the walks and everything for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. But as of now, J-Mod, no, I don't want nothing to do with any of that. I'm done. I'm so done with it. And you know, I have to be okay with people leaving the channel because of my choice of my life and how I do things. I just, you know, from July 2019, I really thought that, we had some really good people involved as usual. You're supposed to think that way from the beginning of your construction, your foundation. You're supposed to believe that, okay, this is for one man. This is going to be, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Everybody that shows up, their head is in the right place. This is going to grow. This is going to get more people out and all of that stuff. But it was like after the July 2019, it basically went to hell. And I still got up to come out, two more times. So I've been out there 3 times. And as it kept going, it just kept getting worse. And, and I don't like all of the he say and the she say things, because if you got to sit here and be like, well, he said this or she says that, then that tells me that you don't even have all of the facts. See, I have to listen to a person that has been there, and I like to hear, well, I know because of this, J. Ma. I don't pay attention to people that be like, well, he said, and then over there, and she said. I don't do the he say and the she say things. I was listening to, I'm following Kwame Brown, right? And it tickled me yesterday, because he used one of my slogans over there, right? And I understand 110% of what Kwame Brown is saying. It's not the fact that he's sitting over there exposing quite a few people in the industry, over there. He's got a bigger picture to this. And, he used what I use all the time on my channel: the who, the what, the when, the where's, the why's. He was like, if you people don't get the 5 W's up under your belt, yeah, you're going to be forever a follower. You're going to forever listen to mankind, the humanity out here that just feeds all of this shit in your head. But we won't even go to church. We won't even go to church because we feel that the pastor is speaking crap to us. But we'll follow behind the mankind, right? And it's our mankind that does not have a problem with exposing or tearing down each other. And I just can't get down with that. It was one of the reasons why I dropped the ball on going back and forth with that lady over there, because I had to ask myself, well, what the fuck am I doing? It's like, no, I know when people are intentionally trying to do something. So in order to beat them at their own game, you just get away from them. And I don't have a problem doing that at all. I've been living life fine, right here, just fine with no problems. What I like to do, J. Ma, is just to come on now and just to vibe with the channel, hoping that the channel will still support the channel with a thumbs up or even by donations, because I'm still trying to grow it and I am still paying for a lot of things over here. It's not you guys' responsibility, but I do understand that I am as well going to run a YouTube channel. So, but the music and the the graphics and all of that stuff, you got to kind of keep up with all of that stuff so I don't have to go. My internet bill, I've been paying that for over 30 years, so I'm good with that, or close to 30, as long as dial-up been out, because you have to have Wi-Fi internet for that too. But that's just how I okay, whoever is calling, I have to call back. So, but that's just how I feel about it, J. Ma, especially at the extent of the level that it's at right now. Nah, I can't get jiggy with it. And there's no excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want the phone calls. I don't want to hear it. I've been off the phones with pretty much everybody, and it's going to get better, because eventually I'll be off the phones with down to like 0, maybe 1 or 2. And that's probably it, with saying hello, how you doing? But I don't even like to talk about pretty much what's going on from channel to channel anymore, because I don't care. I really, really don't care. I don't have that conscience out there, because I've seen, you know, we watched all of the shooting, we watch all of the killing, we watch all of the people come on TV with the alleged allegations of them being raped or, you know, bombed or the car stolen. We've seen it all. So this shit here isn't really new, and it sure in the hell doesn't spark me as to, you know, get some type of thrill out of it at all. Do I laugh at it? That's basically what I do, J Ma. I laugh at the, you know, the silliness of what's going on, you know. Like they say, this isn't a game that you put in with your feelings. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly case, it you know, it shouldn't have came with feelings to where it would turn into personal feelings at all. But like I say, they can have at it, J Ma, but I don't have that much time because I don't want to really be late today. But let's get to this. And everybody knows about Don Russell's indictment, but I just kind of want to get down to this one page here where how I, you know, like to come on and keep trying to explain a little bit of how I choose to understand why I'm like, okay, you know what? Nah, I'm going to have to give him the benefit of the doubt, even with the paperwork coming in about the allegations of a possible a plea deal going on. See, because that can be a plea deal for himself as well by means of saying, you know what, okay, fine, I did this shit, okay, but this has nothing to do with R. Kelly. But let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger for you guys, because I do want to go over this. And a lot of stuff is you have to pay for, and eventually at some point I will start doing that to get it up. But let's go over the date of the, wait a minute, I'm going to go back to him having the conversation with his mom. Okay, so we know there's a count one, which everybody knows. His count one was about the threatening of physical harm by interstate communication. Okay, that's his first count right there. Then there was his second count two was, let me go back up. Count one, I'm sorry, is the conspiracy to threaten physical harm by interstate communication. Okay, gives the details of everything up in here. Yesterday I pronounced, I think it was the day before, I pronounced the production center wrong. It's called the Newen House, I believe, the Newen House, Madison Square. I believe that's what it is. Now, mind you guys, in this indictment here, you will have police that was in contact. This is his write-up of what he believed had happened with Don Russell and this phone call to the Newy House, Madison Square. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. His count two was the threatening of physical harm by interstate communication. So far as you guys see, this is, I believe, the only indictment that I can find out there. I don't know if there's another indictment out there, but I want to go back up so that you can see what his count one is. Conspiracy to threaten physical harm by interstate communications. To my understanding, this may be the count. No, this is the count here that involves Newy House, Madison. Keep that in mind. Here's your other count with count two. It also, they charging him with threatening physical harm by interstate communication, which is the Newen House. If most of you guys remember out there was an attempt phone. Well, I'm not going to even say an attempt. There's a phone call that was made to the Savages, right? Just so that you guys know, I can't find, I don't know if anybody else have it. There's no indictment on anything about Don Russell speaking with those, with that parent over there, with those people over there at all. This is the only indictment that I can find that is that has alleged given Don Russell these charges, and it is all about what happened over at the Newitz and I'm having problems with that word, y'all. So I guess it's Newey House. I'm gonna say the in-house. That would make it easier for me, over Madison Square. So there's no charges in this indictment regarding Don Russell whatsoever about the phone call that was allegedly made over to the Savages, where he tried to do some reconciliation with those parents on there, and so I feel at ease about that a little bit. I was like, well, okay, maybe the prosecutors actually can see it's not a good thing that, okay, well, maybe the people out here could see it. Maybe the police didn't find enough probable cause to tie him really into that, to where he did any dangerous, harmful damage to the Savages, because there's a video out there that also that where the Tim Savages engages in the conversation with Don Russell, and that conversation led to him saying that, Tim Russell that is, saying that, you know what, he can have the girls. It is what it is. Me and my wife is on the verge of getting this divorce and all of that stuff. I'll play a snippet of that if I have time before I leave up out of here today, but I need to get through this a little bit swiftly, you guys. So right here, okay, so this is what you have, the overview. This is pretty much of what a police officer was kind of writing up to give to the prosecutors, or the defense, where they conjure up and came out to print their overview of what they believe had happened over at the in-house, okay, over in New York. But I'm pretty sure you guys have seen and read this, because quite a few people have put this up on their live, but that's not the part that I want to address right now. So, because it only talks about, how they pinged it with the cell phones, and, and they identifying people by CC1, which is the person that I believe was at the restaurant, not the restaurant, the production center that answered the phone call. So, right here, it tells you right here, he did have a job called the Indy Bill Corp cell phone. Now, I did hear somewhere on another blogger's or YouTube creator, because I don't know what people like to be called out there, at whenever they feel like being called something, and they were going over his plea arrangements documents, right? And on there, it was probably some allegations out there, since we had went into a pandemic out here, that Mr. Don Russell's Indy Bill Corporation, whatever his business is or whatever, may have went into a financial burden. It was a flop for a minute because nobody was able to make money. So that could possibly be a reason why there's allegations coming from a lot of people saying, well, no, he needed the money, he needed this, and he's taken from Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. That's something that you guys are going to have to figure out. That's just where I just wanted to throw that in there, because I did hear it on another channel, and I was like, well, I don't know. There was always a possibility of bankrupting or whatever, but that allegation is out there as well. But let's move on. This talks about the phone records and everything. I want to get down here where he had this conversation, where his mother jumps in on the conversation, and with the cease and desist was emailed to the in-house, right? This tells me that the police officer, whoever was in charge at this moment, was stating that this is something that Don Russell attempted to do, on not, thinking that he would be in doing something that will help Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, because Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly had not had time to tell his story. So to me, he was trying to just stop something for a minute. at the end of the day, this was going to go on with or without the cease and desist, but it just shows that there was an attempt that hey, I gotta do this. I gotta do this because these people are about to come out and tell all of these allegations. And in Don Russell's eye, and I'm not speaking for him, I'm just saying what the Lifetime docuseries did was put out a picture of things that alleged that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly had done to multiple women. But Don Russell, here he comes out there saying, well, wait a minute, he had probable cause in his own investigation and looking at things that, wait a minute, this Lifetime stuff is about to be a big lie. So he took upon himself, you know what? I'm going to try to do a cease and desist to stop this from airing right now. That's still not good enough for people because right now he is still being accused of allegedly setting R. Kelly up and going to take a plea deal against him. We don't know, have to wait for it to play out in court. So the rest of the details that you'll get in here is drafted up about all of the times and the dates of where Mr. Russell was and who was on the phone. There is a puzzling piece in this indictment for me, and because it just says that it speaks about a lady. So I'm not sure who that person is, but I don't know. Right here, Russell asks CC1 if the screening is still going forward. This is all information from what a police officer or a detective statement that he, issued to the people because he did the investigation. I don't know who the detective was or the police officer for that particular county, but it does tell me that this is part of a police officer or a detective's write-up, okay? Giving the descriptive information to the courts or, to the legal people out there that needed the information to put in the indictment. Russell calls the NYPD and the New York Fire Department, seemingly in an effort to disrupt the screening. So I don't know how that boy over there somewhere can get to say, like, his theory. How do you come up with this theory that Don Russell is against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? To me, if he was if he was for these people out here and he believed what these people were saying, there was no goddamn way that he would disrupt it. If he was out here to get Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and take from Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly and steal all of his money and steal all of his music, then why did he not let this go forth? He would have had a win on this one, dog. This would have been exactly what you're talking about. Book him. I'm going to go on and say your damn name now because it's hard for me to not do so, because as I'm reading this, I get a little, calm down. Let me calm it down, because I'm feeling a little congested in the head and can't elevate that, can't get that to get out of control. So, but it says Russell calls the NYPD, Bookham, and the New York Fire Department in effort to disrupt the screening. Had this man been against Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, Don Russell, right there, yeah, it would have made plenty sense for him to stay the hell back and allow, which it did. We all know that it did, because the effort didn't, it was effortless. Yeah, he would have played no part in this. Yeah, run that goddamn shit. Hell, yeah, get him locked up. That's the way You know, you tell me how you see different on this booking, but you know that's your theory. But I'm gonna ride with mine, okay? It's based on my participation in investigation, including my review of the phone records, the historical cell site information, and public records. I have learned that the following efforts to disrupt the screening by sending a cease and desist letter as described above. Donnell Russell, the defendant, he made a series of phone calls to the law enforcement trying to disrupt the screening located near the in-house. In particular, the police officer had learned of the following communications occurred on or about December 14th, December 4, 2018. I'm just going to throw this out here, and I am going to have to go back because now I have to compare some dates, because it says that right here that this, whoever this is, the detective or the police officer, they had learned of the following communications occurred on or about December 4th, 2018 to the in-house. So I have to ask the chat room, what date was it that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly got picked up? Because that date is important, along with this date being December 4th of 2018. That's, to my understanding and my recollections, I believe it was somewhere of July. At least I was under the impression. Those are the two dates I have to go and look up, because I like to know, was Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly incarcerated on or before or after December 4th of 2018. It's a very important date, aligned with the time that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was picked up. Yeah, it is. But I'm just throwing that out there. We'll get back to those dates somewhere shortly as I do some more time in preparation, you guys. Oh, I got to get ready to get up out of here. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on, because I need to get down to the rest of this. Communications after the threat call. Okay, I gotta go down. Is that still the DA? This is still talking about them pinging the cell phones and you know, all of that, who was on the you know, who they talk to with the phones and things like that. Okay, I like to touch on number 18 here. This is where the DA or the police officer, because I'm not sure who did this report, right? Who did this investigation on Donnell Russell. It says, based on my review of the search warrant returns for the Russell cell phone, his public documents, and the law enforcement database, he had learned, I don't know whether it's a detective or just a regular police officer, I'm not sure, that Russell's cell phone has a contact for Russell's mother. He said that he had also learned that on or about December 4th at approximately 11:20 p.m., Russell's mother texted Russell's cell phone in substance, telling him, be humble, son, when you talk to Rob, because you made another move without checking with him first. So he says that what I get out of that is that something else had been done. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly had to have somewhere been aware of the first move, somewhere. And I'm just allegedly saying that because his mother clearly states, according to the investigation of these text messages, that you made another move. So that tells me that there was two moves made. There was one previous to this one that, okay, maybe Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was okay with the first move, or maybe he wasn't, but something tells me that, and this is all allegedly, that somewhere that they're talking, that around this time in 2018, that they were talking, that they had some times, you know, together on some things. And it is what it is. That's just how I look at it. He said that you had made another move without checking with him first. So, you know, I don't know. 2018, I have to, I question myself, well, where was Mr. Cali? December 4th of 2018. She also goes on by saying that I know, son, even though it was for his benefit, when you are out here to benefit, she said it was for his benefit. Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali, is that who she speaks about, Bookham, or not? Because that's what I got out of this. I get out of this that Don Russell may be doing some things, yes, at this point, that Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali is not aware of, because he cannot get to Mr. Cali, I'm assuming, and that's a lot of people words out here, that no one can get in to speak to him or the attorneys and or such, right? So you know what? I got to help my friend. I got to help my friend. It was for his benefit. Now, I'm not denouncing the fact that what Donnell Russell has done was a good thing. It was a bad thing. Yes, it was a bad thing. But see, that's something that Mr. Russell is going to have to deal with, because he thought that what he chose to do would benefit Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali, meaning that he thought that maybe if I could send this cease and desist in for to the in-house, that they would get scared enough to just stop this production just for a minute, because we got to get Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali out here to speak, speak what he knows, speak his truth, tell his story. That didn't happen. And the phone calls between with the Savages over there, what happened behind that? The only thing happened with Tim Savages was, you know what, man, they could just have it. They could just have it. Me and my wife is on the verge of divorcing anyway. And I think that the phone call between him and the Savages was about, you just don't want to do this. Mr. Cali possibly can have some things when trials start that's going to come out. And he said, Donnell Russell said that it's going to hurt a lot of people. And according to a lot of people out here, Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali, he doesn't like to hurt people. He doesn't like to call people out. He don't want to put you on a spot. He just wanted everybody to just go on with their life. Just go on, because the things that these people are accusing me of, I am not doing. He did say, you brought your kids to me. You brought your children to me. You brought your child. And I'm just saying that in a figure of the speech, not going by the age factor of it. I'm just saying, because my mother today would sit in there and be like, my child is coming to church. So she would use that term, knowing good goddamn well that I'm way older than what a child age will be. So I'm not talking about the age. I'm talking about just the figure of speech, aligning it with male and female. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's clear that up. So she told him, again, be humble when you talk to Rob. So that tells me that he was talking to Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali, aligning the date around December 4th in 2018. Okay, so he says he might not approve of your actions. And we won't know that. We will never know that. The only person that is going to know this is to hear it from the horse's mouth. And that is Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali, and not another goddamn human out here. There's nobody else out here to speak for him or his legal defense. And until I hear this coming from his legal team or Mr. Robert Sylvester Cali stating something like that, that he has not talked to Don Russell or he did not approve of this. Well, we know he didn't approve of it, because Don Russell did state it, that he didn't tell me to do nothing like this. He told everybody out here. He said it, and we're going to play that because it's in another video, and I don't have time to do it today. It says, based on my participation in the investigation, speaking about the DA or the police, I believe that Russell's mother was referring to R. Kelly when directing Russell to be humble. Now, that's the DA or the police officer, the detective, that has thrown in an allegation. That's his allegations. He didn't know that for a fact. He didn't know that for a fact, but you got the ops over there that took this and really ran with it. So if you know this for a fact, then go get a goddamn interview with, and have this police officer or the DA bring you the facts to the table, where he sits here and says that he believed. That was his thought. That was his theory. When you say, I believe, he didn't say that he knew for a fact, or that I know, or we have the receipts on that, or yet better yet, no one showed you that. That's what he believed. You're going to take his belief and turn it into a reality. I don't turn nobody's belief into a reality. You have to show me. You have to show me. And him just putting these words in here referring to R. Kelly because of what he heard or what he read through a text message coming from Donnell Russell's mother. He conjured up just that little bit of a statement right there. Like I say, Kwame Brown, I have to give some shout out because I keep saying, if we get lost in the sauce and not be using the who, what, when, where's, and why's, you'll run with any damn thing out here. So he goes on, when and if you talk to Rob and referring to CC1 and the threat scheme described herein when directing Russell to conceal the name of the woman. That part, I don't know. I can't tell you what other woman that it was, but it clearly states that there was a woman somewhere. Don't see the woman being indicted though at all. So I like to know, because I'm a little nosy sometimes, who the hell is the other woman? A lot of people out there, try to say AKA Cash, but I don't know that for a fact to put that out here. So it is what it is. So that's what his two charges were about. To my surprise, that I was like, well, okay, there's nothing in here about the phone call or anything to the Savages, so guess we have to see how that plays out. This paragraph here is what I want to read to you guys, and then I want to close out on Don Russell because I didn't want to make this long. On or about December 6, 2008, CC1 texts the Russell cell phone. CC1 apparently must be this woman. In substance and in part, you're going to love this plan. You're going to love this plan. Okay. And this statement I just wrote. CC1 subsequently texts the statement to Russell's cell phone. So after I've read that, Bookham, this tells me that, again, this isn't a plan that Donnell Russell came up with. This happened to be a plan that allegedly he went along with. CC1 actually came up with the plan. So I can't understand why CC1 name isn't in an indictment also with conspiring. But that's just me. It is what it is. But according to this paragraph, CC1 subsequently texted a statement to Russell's cell phone, which stated in substance and in part, the incident which took place at the recent Lifetime screening was the most unfortunate, and we empathize with anyone who was affected by it. However, Mr. Kelly is once again being targeted and accused of acts beyond his control. For months, we have watched as his name has been slandered, and woman he once cared for deeply as well as his family, have attempted to assassinate his character for their own financial gain. As Mr. Kelly's team, we have urged him to speak out, but due to his selfless nature, good moral character, and out of the love and respect he has for his family and these women, especially his ex-wife and mother of his children, that he has not wanted to retaliate. But everyone has their limits. For the record, Mr. Kelly, the artist, will never be muted. And now Robert S. Kelly, the man, will no longer be silenced. The truth will be revealed. Time is up. So, and you know, there's more to this, but I'll read B. On December 7, 2018, Russell was using the Russell cell phone, text CC1 in substance and in part that he wants to change the last sentence. Okay, so this was sent to Donnell Russell. So someone else was involved that was coming up with what they would have assumed was great ideas to possibly help Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, even with him not knowing what these people were out here doing. Me thinking that they just could not get to him. He couldn't get phone calls, they couldn't get this, but that's just me thinking that away. And that's me's putting allegedly on that, because I don't know that for a fact as well. He, like everything else, based on my participation in the investigation, I believe that Russell was referring to R. Kelly in this message. Russell subsequently texts CC1 back, and in substance and in part, damn, I see, I got this one wrong. So he admitting, he's telling you, you know, hey, oh shit, okay, that idea didn't help him. It fucked up a little bit more of what he anticipated things to fuck up, hoping that it would have been something that could have benefited Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly momentarily until Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly come out to have his chance to speak. That's just me. Let's move on. CC1 responded in substance and in part, someone who is passionate about genuinely helping could never be the wrong, but I digress. Someone in substance and in part, someone who is passionate about genuinely helping could never be wrong. So you have Don Russell accepting the fact that I may be wrong on this one. I may have done wrong on this one. But then there's someone else that is speaking to him saying, no, you know, for someone who is passionate about genuinely helping his friend could never be wrong. So that person just tried to ease the woes of how Mr. Don Russell actually felt at the time, knowing that, damn, you know, as he said, damn, I think I got this one wrong. So I don't know the shit that you're trying to explain, Bookham, but I'm going to have to ride with this one here. Based on my training and experience on my participation in this investigation, I believe that Russell was referring to the threat scheme described above when he said, damn, I got this one wrong. Okay. Couldn't even get my cur out because my head all goddamn clogged up. So there you go. On the indictment, it clearly says that he admits he did contacted them on December 4th, 2018. Mr. Donnell Russell will have his day in court. He will. Yeah, he will. And I'm just saying, the way you try to take the narrative of this man and turn this stuff all around, or, you know, it's crazy. What up, everybody in the chat? What up, everybody in the chat? I hope y'all guys have hit the thumbs up button on your way in. There is 59 people in the chat room. Go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up. And don't forget to support the channel. I'm going to drop these 2 videos for you because everybody out there says that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly does a lot of sexuality on the stage, you know. It's only him. He likes people touching his crotch. Well, let's take a moment to check and see who else likes to touch crotch. And this is no shade on my girl, because I'm cold-hearted down with the JJ. I love me some control. Never gonna stop. I'm in control. I love me some JJ. I don't care what y'all say. I love me some JJ. Shit. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to use her as an example, because sometimes, you know, despair treatment is, yeah. So they put it on Mr. Robert Spencer Kelly. I'm gonna have to just, you know, show a little bit of how the internet out here is going hard on my boy. So I'm going to use a little bit of despair treatment. We're going to share the love out here. That's right, we are. If you guys are feeling good today in the channel, go ahead and throw me up them blue hearts in the chat room, because they really do look good in the chat room, you guys. Hashtag free R. Kelly. But let's get into this video. Let me see. Where did I do with it? Where did I do with it? Hold on. Oh, I might have lost it. Hold on. Oh, no, here it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just show you a picture of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Okay, and you guys just keep it in your head. You guys can tell me who this is. So, okay, let me move this over here. Let me move this over here. Okay, because I'm going to share this. Okay. All right. Who is that in the cage, you guys? Who is that in the cage? Who is that in the cage? And right here, I'm just going to read this one little paragraph, you know, showing you guys what they had to say about yeah, Miss Jones being in the cage. Okay, let me see. Says here is that he even included a live skit involving Jones, one that would have been absurdist, raunchy humor under normal circumstances. In retrospect, the bit takes on a more sinister meaning after Kelly brings Jones on stage. Two men dressed in white lab coats make her sign a waiver and chain her arms inside white cages. Kelly enters as a white sheet is draped over the cage, obscuring the couple. The cage begins rocking as the band music intensifies. Dum 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 dum. Y'all know what I'm saying out there, right? With Jones and Kelly eventually shown silhouetting. After Kelly simulates oral sex on Jones, the two re-emerge in a mock fatigue. Jones is led off the stage. I never paraded around anybody before, she says. Kelly told her before the tour started that he was going to make sure that people see us together. You know, I claimed you. You my girl. I'm going to need you to perform. You know, the same thing that Ashanti McGee was, you know, in the big girl panties up there. Yeah, volunteering. You didn't have to go on the stage, but it is what it is. Now, keep that image in mind, because of that image right there, it gave people this vision that, oh, R. Kelly likes to show signs of pornography and his sexuality on stage. He likes to do sinister things on the stage. Well, he's not the only one. Now, is he? Let's go. I'm gonna get hit, you guys, because but sometimes I gotta take the hit. I gotta let you guys know, you know, you lose money when you do this, because you know I got to pay for the copyright claim. Okay, let's go. Now let's stop that right there. Is that a crouch? Is JJ at the crouch of a man? I'm just asking. I'm just asking out here. I'm just asking. What's the difference? An adult show, you got adults in there, probably needed to be 18 and older as well to get up in there. I guess now sex is out the question. Everybody's got to stop sexing. You can't be at nobody's crouch. You can't be messing around with the crouches out here. It's illegal. It's becoming illegal. Okay? Be careful with the crouches. But if that's a crouch right there, let me see y'all put the ones in the chat room, because that's exactly what I see. But let's move on. Let's pause it again. Is this considered to you guys sinister behavior at a possibly 18-year-old legal adult performance? Put a one in the chat. Got this cold running down. We're gonna eat a haul, you guys. Oh my God. I won't sleep in front of the fan no more. I promise you. I promise you. But what do you guys think? Is this considered a sinister act or not? Put a one in the chat if you think it is, and put a two in the chat if you don't think it is. But you got to remember now, I believe that this was an adult concert. I believe that this was an adult concert, right? I know y'all want to see the rest, right? Well, let's see the rest. I ain't trying to make no joke or not, but it really be cracking me up when you see the man standing alone by themselves over here, and that boy working that pole lady. I'm like, okay, all right. Now I don't know if he was moving enough for me to be throwing some dollars on it and nothing like that, right? Because I've been to a strip, to the men gentlemen's club, I've been to a few, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay. But then in the article, they talked about how Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly had a bunch of white cape-coated men standing around, right? And dressed in white. Well, here I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, of course, 6 men on stage. They all dressed in the, what you call, I don't even know, because I ain't been in the sex store, nothing like that. What you call all the balls and chains and shit like that? What is all that? The SMM, bullshit. Book them. What that shit called? I know you got some in your closet. Look at it working, y'all better throw some money at that boy. Throw some money out. See, you got the guilt, everything. Hashtag grabbing the crotch. Because right now, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has been painted as a person that likes to have women grabbing his crotch at an adult show. Hashtag, God darn it, grabbing the crotch. Look at JJ. Go, JJ, you in control. Never gonna stop. I'm just saying, somebody need to tell me, when did it become against the law now at an adult performance? Because your media put that out there that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly does performance so that women can grab at his crotch. And he throws a towel out in the audience, and he goes to the stage, to the corner of the stage, and tell the people, wipe me off. And he pops his thing out there, to adults that engages in sex. In sex. Somebody better tell me when and who, what, where, and why are we changing up the laws based on sex, on how people choose to perform out sexuality as an adult? And we're going to jump back to the other picture in a sec. Still down there at the bottom, y'all. Pay attention to the one on the stairs. They got on the shaking, whatever that shit is. He getting down here on them damn bleachers, y'all. I'm like, okay, dude, ain't you gonna make your way upstage to Janet Jackson? Or you just gonna be down there humping the goddamn stairs? Look at him, y'all. Okay, so let's stop that. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna go back to this one. Hold on, my bad. Hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me see what's playing. Okay, so now as we go back to this one right here, you guys, let's see if I can get this one to show. Okay, let's get that one back up. Okay, so when it comes to Miss Jones, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but it sure in the hell looks like an adult performance to me. That's what it looks like. Miss King on this picture, and this is just my opinion, she doesn't look under 18 to me at all. And I surely in hell do not believe that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly would have brought anyone up under age on this goddamn stage to perform an adult show for an adult audience. I'm sorry. In this article, it continues to go on that with them acting out this performance, that they brought Mr. Kelly like a clipboard or something so that she can sign, so to have permission to be like in the cage and something like that. But yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy. Crazy, you guys. So I just wanted to point out.
I'm sorry.
Let's get that off. Okay. I just wanted to point out. You said that was she grabbing the girl? Was she grabbing the girl? But that other man, y'all, she was like, I don't know. Whatever, you guys. Hey, don't forget to get the likes up out there. Don't forget to subscribe to the both channels that are out there. One Pap. Oh, geez, come on. One Pap. Who's over there? Don't forget to support the channel, you guys. I plan on keeping it running. And I have a little bit of news to share with you guys. But I just wanted to show you how we become or not we, because we're not in the industry, okay? We're not important people, okay? I can tell, you know, people gravitate to where they want to gravitate, but when it comes to the industry, they have selected targets out there, and when it's their time, it's their time. I do believe that Mr. Robinson Vescali will be just fine. What I just don't like to see whether, you know, if you are rocking for him, then stay in that circle. That's just how I feel. There's no need to be out debating or whatever with any of the ops, because they already have their mind made up. They already feel the way they feel about Mr. Robinson Vescali. So why gravitate, or why go be in the circle of people who, you know, they don't give a shit. You have to ride with the people who is looking at things the same way you are, and to have those type of dialogues to really get your message out there. Their message is going to be out there. They have their group. They have that, but to be going back and forth, no. So back again to J Ma, and this is to the chat room. After watching the debacle and the back and forth and things like that, Pap is not doing a march. Pap don't want nothing to do with it. If the other guys or whatever is choosing to continue through with it, I wish them nothing but the best. I see things a whole lot different than other people do out here. I have to make my choice of what I choose to be engaged with. And from what I have been seeing and from what I have been listening, I choose to not do it. And I'm sorry if I have disappointed quite a few people, but let the record shows Pap don't get traction over here. People don't care and want to hear what Pap has to say most of the time. So I have to allow people to go on whom that they chooses to gravitate to, and let them lead you guys and on with Mr. Robinson Vescali. Pap is just only here to put what she can learn and out on her channel. That's pretty much it. And to vibe with the ladies that comes in. Again, I absolutely am grateful for those people who have memberships to the channel that do keep the channel going. The thumbs up keeps the channel going. I can't make you stay. I can't make you leave. You have to make that own choice. But just know that I'm still going to be here with or without the support. So we're good, and I still love everybody out there, but I have to exit left. It's toxic, and I don't do toxic. Okay? So with that being said, you guys go on and have a beautiful, beautiful day, because I am out. I will not be on Ladies Night this coming Saturday. I have to take a trip, and I will be back probably 3-4 days. I'm on vacation, you guys. I'm on vacation. So I'm gonna go and take me a nice trip out. But I might have a surprise for you guys, because y'all know me. I bring the news. I'm gonna bring the laughter and bring the news. So I might just be popping back in from my phone and laugh at some shit. Yeah, we'll see. Mm. Mm. We'll see. Have a beautiful, 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 beautiful god dang on day out there, people. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay blessed. Because I am out of here. Oh no, let's play that one.
I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked the pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given now. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. Feel like I'm zoned out, put my phone down, damn it's cold out. Plotting on a rollout, we took our own route, really on our own now. These them winter schemes, plotting for better dreams, cooking flows and melodies for OGs with felonies who've been locked since the 70s. You gotta pray for enemies with jealousy. They only feed off the good-hearted. Just don't bargain, stay in your lane and keep hogging. Know that you a target and gotta finish what you started. Life of being an artist, gotta show them where your heart is. Put your all in, keep calling, keep going, don't stall it. Don't fall for what they all been dishing out. Just be yourself and it'll work it out. I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked the pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given now. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. Yeah, living in doubt could be the death for you. It's only a few that'll rep for you, and rarely ones that'll step to you and let you know where you wrong at instead of letting you ride away in your soul. Rather be whole and pure in my spirit. This life never ending until you near it. A lot of shit to bear with. Sometimes you don't wanna share it, but don't keep it in cause you fear it. It's an epidemic sound, and you can see right where I'm headed. I'm elevated, oh yeah. We was waiting, oh yeah, to make a statement. It's clear the way them boys persevere. Yo, we taking this stance. Don't let them get in our air. They go watch, I'ma stare. Tell them pull up a chair. God gon' answer our prayers. Living now. They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked the pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given now. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me working 9 to 5 just to make it out. And now the dark nights got me needing mouth to mouth. Resuscitate my dreams, tell me what it's all about. I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me show a little skin just to make it out. They told me grind until I die, till I reach the clouds. Excuse me a little moment while I break out. Never let them take me out.